Hey folks, today I'm in High Bridge Park in New York City, and this is the High Bridge, New York City's oldest standing bridge. It spans the Harlem River between Washington Heights and Manhattan and the High Bridge section of the Bronx. Today it's a popular pedestrian walkway. But High Bridge was originally built as part of New York City's first aqueduct. In fact, the pipe that carried water into the city is still underfoot. In its early days, Manhattan was desperate for fresh water. Most of the island's water was polluted. There were repeated cholera epidemics, and when lack of water led to the spread of the Great Fire of 1835, the city decided to bring water from sources to the north. The aqueduct construction began in 1837. And when the aqueduct opened in 1842, the city held day-long celebrations. Abundant fresh water brought new life to the growing city. Just a few short years after the engineering marvel of New York's aqueduct, a solitary figure was seen walking the High Bridge at all hours of day and night. That man was Edgar Allan Poe. This lithograph was made in 1930 by B.J. Rosenmeyer. Here is Edgar Allan Poe walking the High Bridge, wearing his old army cloak from his days at West Point. Poe lived nearby in the Bronx in a small cottage that is still standing today. And as the city thrived thanks to the fresh water crossing the High Bridge, Poe was in a steep decline. He was broke, his young wife had just died of tuberculosis, his career was in tatters due to his drinking and increasingly erratic behavior. So Poe took long walks along the aqueduct. These were the last few short years of his life, but not entirely unproductive. It could be these lonely walks over the Harlem River across the High Bridge were a source of inspiration to Poe, because it was during this period Edgar Allan Poe wrote The Bells, and his last complete poem, the beautifully haunting Annabel Lee.
It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsmen came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of a cloud by night, chilling and killing my beautiful Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of my beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea.